Now tell me exactly where in the hell am I supposed to strap this at? It's that bull, man. I'm telling you, this is that bull. I put that on my life. If this mofo don't hold, those tracks should be fine. A moment of silence for you all to truly interpret what I am saying. Picture working somewhere. You're driving on the interstate in Maryland, chilling, cruising. Your mind is just, you zoned out. Out of nowhere, your driver door opens on its own. No warning lights, no indication lights. It just swings wide open. Yeah. What would you do?
Hey y'all. So I decided to go ahead and just do this video now instead of after I stop driving in the morning, because I know I ain't gonna have the energy or the strength to do it, and I'm trying to be consistent as possible. But let me jump straight to the point. My company of the local gig that I was doing was a third party contracted hauling U.S. mail, 40 hours a week, about 49 minutes, almost an hour to get to work, back and forth. And honestly, those 10-hour-ish shifts, it could have extended as long as 11 to 12 hours depending on traffic, okay? Now, I commend any individual who is a true local worker, as in putting in their work day in and day out. I couldn't do it. A month and a half is all, I couldn't do it. And I started in October, and my 2 weeks up was in November before I took my trip, because I knew I didn't want to come back to that. All right, I went back out on the road December 15th, and it's been for me. Okay, I tested out the local waters mainly because I was taking some classes that I didn't want to go be somebody's cashier or go back to working in a warehouse. No, one thing I can say, well, the main thing I can say about the company I was with, people were solid, personalities were solid, but their equipment, they didn't take care of their equipment the way that they should have. And I feel like if you are a company and you like the revenue, you're generating great revenue, your trailers should have proper E-tracks. There's no way in hell, as you're strapping up a load, the straps bust as you're driving, because that's how severe it is. And I absolutely did not like situations like that, because I always felt like, the driver is going to be responsible at the end of the day. But yet, I'm working with a company who isn't really taking care of their equipment. And the whole slip seating, nah, that's dead. I did not like switching in and out of trucks anytime I went to work, because you don't know what to expect. You don't know whether the last driver is going to fill up the truck. You don't know if they decide to leave all these sunflower seeds on the floor. Jesus. You just don't know what to expect, So it's like, that's one thing. There's some local companies who sit there and pay their drivers $17 an hour, and they like unloading 1,600, 2,400 pieces of pieces. Like, that's a lot. I cannot. That's not. It don't add up. So it's like, I salute, I commend, but I know my worth. And the mail that I was pushing in the trailers, like, majority of it was heavier to me, so it became too much. I feel like it's fine to find something within your element if it works for you, but when you like breaking your back, killing your body, stressing your body out, it's not worth it. It's not. I understand those local drivers who need to be home to take care of their families, and who honestly love doing local. They hate OTR. I respect it. I understand it. That's why you have to find what works best for you. And I know that when I came back out on the road, boy, it was like, it's for me. I made it for me. So as I the financial aspect of it, what I make every week, what I make every 2 weeks local, I make every week. So the money don't really add up. You know? It's like you give and take, in all honesty. What else? I did appreciate the fact that I knew what I was getting myself into on every local position. I didn't really have nobody over my shoulder, as in like every week I could go weeks without talking to anybody in the office because it was the same set schedule and the same places you were going to when it comes to the post offices. So that was something that it wasn't bad. But the whole slip seating, the whole making like way less than what I feel like I deserve, the whole driving to work almost damn near an hour every time I had to go to work and back home. And on Wednesday nights especially, I was supposed to be off at like 11 p.m. Sometimes I get home to like 1 in the morning, traffic, being delayed at a post office, etc. But stuff like that, it killed me. I ain't gonna lie. So I know this video isn't gonna be too long, and again, much respect to all those local drivers who put in their work. And I want to say for all those individuals who do want to enter this industry but get discouraged honestly by people who say that, oh, you need to have over-the-road experience before you go local. Do your research, because there are some companies who will hire you straight out of CDL school as a local driver. Maybe McLean, I'm not sure how much experience you need with McLean to get up on McLean, but you might need, I don't know, I don't want to get into that, but McLean may be one of them. Some FedEx recruiters might have show some type of leniency, I don't know, but you gotta get in where you fit in, man. And honestly, you will figure it out. I know the only time I'll go back local is if I have my own. You know, my own day cab or something, do my own thing, because I know what I'm getting myself into. Straight up. I know that traffic can be frustrating depending on the area that you're local in. When drivers make their own spots, sometimes in awkward places. I understand you may be out of hours, you may be tired. But some people don't be understanding that other drivers leave at all times of the night. And this night, it was frustrating, okay? I'm not sure whether I mentioned this in previous clips, but if you truly do not want to enter this industry being an over-the-road driver, other than McLean, maybe some FedEx terminals, places like Pepsi, Coca-Cola, certain beverage companies may give you a shot as an inexperienced driver because some places know that you need to start somewhere. But honestly, the work may be strenuous and you may not be compensated the way that you truly want, right? Now, this overall profession, as I'm sure many of you all know, is a huge sacrifice, especially being over the road. You know why? Because being over the road, you're normally away from home. Okay? You have to be resilient enough not to lose yourself mentally, especially because there's some drivers who go days without talking to people on a regular basis. The main ones that you're interacting with are individuals in the truck stops, are individuals at shippers and receivers, and that's about it. You have to have the mental fortitude, honestly, to keep you going day in and day out, because that's just what the job entails. You cooped up in a truck, and a lot of people honestly don't understand how big of a sacrifice that is. It can take a toll on you mentally. It can take a toll on you physically. That's why I say do what you love what you do. Most importantly, let it work best for you all the time. Y'all stay safe always.